Hello guys, welcome to the next video on Linux command line tutorial for beginners. In this video, I'm going to show you a bunch of commands which you can use to view the free resources and use resources in your Linux operating system. So let's get started. The first command which I'm going to show you is the dfs command. And this df command reports the amount of available disk space being used by your file system. Okay. So for example, I'm in my home folder right now, and here I just gave this df command, and now it gives me this kind of output, right? So I can see that my root partition have this much amount of used memory and this much amount of available memory. But what are these numbers? These numbers doesn't have any units on it, and we cannot easily understand what amount of disk space is being used and what amount of disk space is available. So for make it human readable, there is a flag with this command. So just write df once again, and there is a flag called h here, and this stands for human readable, right? So when you give this -h flag with this df command and press enter, you will be able to see the human readable form of the output. So now I can say that 12 GB is used on my system and 5 GB is available. And all these are other root systems which I'm not bothered about right now, right? So important is this file, root file system, right? So let's see the next command now. So I'm going to clear the terminal. So the next command I'm going to show you is the du command. And this du command is used to estimate and display the disk space used by files. Okay. So for example, right now I'm in my home folder, and I want to estimate this disk space used in this folder called download. So I will just go to the downloads folder. So just write download, cd download, and then I can use this command. So just write du and then press enter. So it's going to give you all this output, and at the last it's going to give you the amount of space used by this folder, right? Now this is also not very human readable, so we can just write du and the flag h for viewing the human readable form. So just give du -h and then press enter once again, and now I can see that this folder is using 416 megabytes of disk space, right? I can do the same in my home folder, but it has lots and lots of files. So these files has to be, it prints these files first and then gives you the memory disk space usage here, right? So in my home folder, there are lots and lots of files, and I just want to see this output, not all the output related to files. So for that, I can use du command, and then I can use the s command for summary. So this s flag is for summary, and then I can also use the h for human readable, right? So du -sh and then press enter, and then it's going to calculate the memory, and in few seconds you are going to see all the memory used here. So you can see my home directory is using 2.5 GB. Okay, and now you can see these warnings kind of things, and it says permission denied, and permission denied, because it's possible that I don't have permission to access these files, right? So I can use with this command du -sh, I can use this command with sudo, okay, and then I can give my password, and now it's going to give me the direct output without these warnings. Okay, so this du command will help you to estimate and display the disk space used by files. Now the third command which I'm going to show you is the free command. Okay, and this free command displays the total amount of free and used physical and swap memory in the system, as well as the buffer used by the kernel. Okay, so we can just use free here and then press enter, and then it's going to give you the used space here, and then the free space here, and the cached space which is used by your kernel, right? But important in your case is this line of code, which is this one and this one. So this much amount of memory is used by your system, and this is the amount of memory which is free in your system. But this is also not human readable. So there are some flags which you can use with this free command, and these flags are, for example, -b for byte, -k for kilobyte, -m for megabyte, -g for gigabyte, and -tera for terabyte, right? So -tera for terabyte. So we are going to just see the values in megabyte first, and then we are going to see the values in gigabytes. Okay, so -m for megabyte with this free space, and then when you give this command, now I can see in a more better way that around 1.1 GB is used and around 0.8 GB is free. And for example, I can use G flag, and now it gives me this output, which is 1 is used and 0 is free, because it's not taking in consideration the points, decimal points, right? So it's better to use the M command for megabyte, and you can read it easily here. Okay, so these are some of the command which you can use to view the memory usage in your system. Let's recap these commands once again. So I will clear the terminal first of all, and the first command was df command, right? And this df command was used to report the amount of available disk space being used by your file system, right? And you can use -h with it to view the human readable form. Then the next was the du command, right? So this du command will help you to estimate and display the disk space used by the files, right? And with this you can use the S flag also to view the summary, right? And you can use even the folder name after these flags. You can, for example, you want to know the disk space used by etc folder, you can even give the folder name here after these flags, and then it's going to give you the disk space used by etc folder. And for these permission denied, you can use this du command with sudo, so these warning will not be shown, right? Then we have seen the free command, and this free command is going to display the total amount of free and used physical and swap memory in the system, right? And then we can use some flags with it, for example, B for byte, and K for kilobyte, M for megabyte, G for gigabyte, and tera for terabyte. And you can even use -h for human readable form. Okay, so once again I can do this, and you can see now it gives these values in human readable forms, and this is 1.1 GB and this is 864 megabytes. Okay, so in this way you can view the memory in your system. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and bye for now.